Welcome back to Gentleman MTG, everyone. So today we're going to be starting a new series called 99 or Bust. Now, what 99 or Bust is we're going to be breaking down cards that go in the 99 of your deck. Whether they should go in your deck, whether they should come out your deck. That's the whole point. Let's just take a card and really break it down and see what it does for your deck and what decks it's good in and what decks people played in that shouldn't be played in. Now, I can't take all the credit for this. A lot of this whole concept comes from a good friend of mine by the name of Jumbo Lump over on Twitch. Him and I were talking, throwing some ideas around. This was an idea that he came up with. I'm super excited to check it out, kind of get it going, and so we're just gonna start. The first card I would like to talk about is going to be Stitched Together. Now, Stitched Together is a black sorcery from Judgment, reprinted in several precon commanders, and what it says is return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Then has Threshold. Now, what Threshold is, for the players who haven't seen that much, Threshold just says that if you have 7 or more cards in your graveyard, you get to use this effect instead. And its Threshold says return it to the battlefield instead. So it's a 2-mana reanimate spell. Now, we all know how powerful reanimate cards are. Cards that bring creatures from the graveyard onto the battlefield always gonna be powerful. This is a 2-mana one. One of the best reanimate spells in our format is Reanimate. That's a 1-mana sorcery that brings a creature from any graveyard to the battlefield, and you just lose some life. But this is 2 mana with no downside of the life loss. So there, already still pretty solid, looking pretty good. If you can't afford to lose the life, you don't have to. You just bring a creature back. Now, I just want to break down kind of the floor and the ceiling of this card. The floor being the worst this card get is, ceiling being the best this card can get. The floor in this card is going to be, at worst, you're just returning a creature card from your graveyard to your hand. At worst. That's it. Now, the ceiling being, at best, you're going to be able to reanimate any creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. So that's rebuying ETB triggers, triggering other things on the battlefield that want things to enter the battlefield, triggering abilities that trigger in the graveyard. Just lots. I just like saying the word triggered. I'm sorry. I don't know why. I like triggers. I play a lot of decks that go off and trigger off each other. Anyways, I digress. It's just, the ceiling is really high. The fact that it's a 2-mana double black reanimate spell. I know some people are going to be kind of like iffy on the double black part, but I played it in a lot of my decks. I've played it in 2-color decks. I've played it in 3-color decks, and I find that the mana cost doesn't constrain me too much. I feel like as long as you have a good solid mana base, you should still be able to play this when you want to play it, and it doesn't have that much effect on your mana. Now, if you're getting to 4 or 5-color decks, then I do understand you maybe not want to play this card. You can try it and see how you feel depending on your build and how your mana works, but I don't think that the double black mana is that prohibited. I can't speak, I'm sorry guys, but I don't think that the mana cost should just make you decide if you want to use it or not. It's a 2-mana spell, and 2-mana reanimate spells have always seen play. Reanimate Dead and the enchantment Dance of the Dead or Song of the Dead. Dance of the Dead. Song of the Dead is the instant, my bad. Dance of the Dead. 2 enchantment based return creature cards from the graveyard to the battlefield. See tons of play. And here, Stitched Together is only seeing 2% according to EDH Rec in all the decks. In all black decks. Only 2% of black decks are running it. I understand it's only been in some precons here and there, and its original printing is back in Judgment, which not everyone who's been getting into Commander know about those sets because of how old they are. But that's just the first one here. I think people should check it out. It's a super solid card one of my favorite reanimate spells besides reanimate itself. You know, let me know. Drop a comment. Tell me what your guys' favorite reanimate spell is. What are some cards you guys think that don't see enough play in Commander? What cards you guys think see too much play in Commander? And we'll create a dialogue. We'll have a conversation. As normal, guys, like, subscribe, comment, and play more games.